Industria
is a first-person shooter with adventure elements.
The story is that you wake up on the day that the Berlin Wall is falling and get a call from your colleague who's in trouble. He has had an unfortunate encounter with a strange machine, and you decide to follow him to save him, no matter where it takes you.
But this is a single-player experience. You can have two difficulties, normal and hardcore. In hardcore, there is no autosave, but you can still save. You have to save manually. There's enemies that are more challenging, and ammo is scarce.
So it starts very much as feeling more like an adventure game. You're exploring some dark corridors, and the main difficulty is some puzzles that require you to use some brain power. It doesn't spell things out for you. You have to put things together and figure out how to get through the doors, how to mix things, how to get ingredients, how to use the items. But very early on, you get a flashlight. And if you've played many of video games, you know that a flashlight is a sign this isn't just going to be a happy little adventure.
There's not many people around, but there are enemies. They're more like robots,
monsters, mutants.
And there's several types of them, 5 types of weapons you get to take them down. And there are even some parts where it's more like a horror, because there's a lot of dark corners, and sometimes you want to evade these enemies, especially on harder difficulties where you have less ammo.
Some of the big themes are time travel, interdimensional space, so there's some sci-fi elements. It's a bit of puzzler, it's a bit of FPS, a bit of horror, a bit of sci-fi, philosophical, novel kind of thing. So it's trying to do a lot of different things. Altogether, the experience is going to take you about 4 hours to get through the main story.
But the question is,
should you play it? But first, you should know that this game is going to be completely free from the Epic Games Store starting the week of April 25th, 2024. If you add the game to your library during that week, you'll get to keep it forever. That is what we do on this channel. We play and review every free weekly game from the Epic Games Store. So if you subscribe, you will never have to be bored ever again.
This game is awesome because it's made only by 2 people.
That is amazing.
It is hard to believe, because visuals good, atmosphere is good. Everything else for me then is very mediocre, because the shooting part is not as enjoying. It's okay, but normal, and the puzzler parts is not as difficult or nothing new for me. So this game is okay, but I'm looking for more than okay games to spend my precious time on. So I don't think you need to play it, but if it looks like your game, why not when it's free?
I mean, I have to agree. So spoiler alert, I would also say probably no if you're wondering. But the strong points of this game are actually not the shooting or the horror, but the puzzles I found to be kind of engaging and interesting. And the world that they've created, this like parallel East Germany world with the backdrop of the fall of the Berlin Wall and these things going on. It's an interesting environment. It does get to be a little bit samey after a while. I think there was a lot of thoughts in the foundation that it was hard to apply creativity to each new environment and new mechanics.
And you were talking about Berlin Wall. There's a lot of invisible walls because it's more like an adventure.
Yeah.
But I do like the physics that you can take every single item and just throw it away.
But for the most part, it's one of these games where it's not really useful to be able to throw things around and things. So you can interact with anything you want, but quickly you realize that it's not that useful to do so. Yeah. I mean, as you said, not a bad game at all. Very interesting ideas. And the exciting thing is that Industria 2 is coming out. Sure. So if you want to see how they might have improved the game, it's definitely worth getting this for free and playing through it for a few hours. If you're looking for a really engaging, like, exciting gaming experience,
then we should talk about the control, because you had a similar vibe.
It has a Control vibe. Well, actually, Control came out later, I think. Okay. So Control has an Industria vibe, but...
And you're playing a female character.
With kind of these interdimensionality, parallel universe type of themes. and some weird creatures that you're fighting.
So check out the review next, and hope to see you next time.
Bye.